When I look back 5 years, I couldn't have imagined, I would be working online and this being my lifestyle, being able to travel, being able to work whenever I want, wherever I want.
And I'm a bootstrap entrepreneur. No investment, just started from zero, worked my way up. What's up, everybody? Rich UX here, coming to you from lovely Las Vegas. It's a Sunday evening, and I'm joined today with one of Rich+Niche's oldest members. His name is Yoven Q. He is a freelance digital marketer, great at TikTok, social content, ads. And today I'm just going to ask him a few questions about what it's like to be, a 21-year-old freelance marketer from Serbia. As you guys know, some of you, I used to live in Serbia. That's how I know Yoven a little bit better. And he's traveled across the world for the first time. And he's visited New York. And now I said I'd come meet him in Las Vegas.
Hi everyone, yeah.
This is going to be a very casual interview. It's not going to be fast. I don't even know if it's going to be good. We decided, you know what? We have to capture these rare moments, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to give you guys 20-25 minutes of Q&A about becoming a young freelance digital marketer. So, Yoven, why don't you just tell everyone who's listening, a little bit about yourself and how you got into marketing at this young age?
Okay, well, I guess I started getting interested in marketing when I discovered dropshipping when I was in starting high school. I always liked the idea of working remotely and earning money online. That was also something interesting. So when I started doing dropshipping, I found out that marketing is one of the most important parts, if not the whole deal, So I started looking into how to learn marketing, and then I saw your YouTube videos and everything, so I got in touch and went through the courses and everything. And so, at that point I kind of ditched the dropshipping part, and I just saw that doing freelance as digital marketer, you get a lot more freedom and less responsibility with the business side of things, running a dropshipping business, more flexibility. And I made a mistake going to an agency, which of course, it was an experience, so I guess it was, I just lost 6 months there because I could have started looking at clients. But if you have an opportunity, maybe you should take it. I don't know, it depends. For some people, working in an agency can be helpful. For some, it will not be helpful. So
okay, we'll get into the agency stuff a little bit. No, you're 21 or 22?
22 this year, yeah.
22, sorry about that, guys. And you're born and raised in Serbia.
Yeah, Belgrade, Serbia.
Your first time in North America right now.
Yeah, I just came for the CES conference and I visited New York before this. So yeah, America definitely a little different.
You're very lucky to be airdropped into New York City. That is not the common first experience for most people. And tell us a little bit about how that felt coming from Serbia to be going into New York City.
Well, first of all, I think, I heard a lot of people compare Belgrade to New York for the nightlife and the general vibe, but it's definitely not the same. When I started first time I went into Manhattan and I saw the buildings and everything, it's definitely pretty huge experience, seeing the buildings and the people and everybody rushing everywhere. The subway, I like New York so far. I'll definitely come back as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. I think it also comes down to the people who you meet, who you hang out with. So for me I was going alone the first couple of days. I met some friends from Serbia, but I like New York so far. And Vegas is, it's definitely different, but so far it's good.
Great to hear that. Let's go back to the drop shipping. I think a lot of young people get interested in this. They want to have a business. They want to sell things online. Reflect back on me, what did you learn about drop shipping that made it maybe not what you want to focus on anymore? Why did you end up leaving it? Was there some one thing that you said, oh, that's the why, I can't keep going?
Well, definitely why people get interested is the appeal is really nice. Working online, you can do it on your own. The problem is when you start doing it, if you don't get lucky on the first try, you'll need a lot more to put a lot more work in, and you'll need consistency and you'll need funds. If you want to run ads, you'll need to burn a lot of money testing ads, testing products, testing websites. So it's more of a business side where with freelancing with clients, you don't need that upfront investment. You don't need a the testing phase and everything, you can just get a client. And even if you start with smaller retainers, you can still get experience and referrals. And yeah, it's definitely easier to start with clients and learn, and then you can use those skills for your businesses later. Yeah.
I think what's interesting about you and when we're sharing to our audience is how young you are. I mean, most students that come to Rich+Niche, most of our members, they're in the later 20s, the early 30s. Of course, I'm turning 41 in 2 days. So it's a very mature profession, because you need to know about brands, you need to know about advertising, you need to write some copy, you need to know about humans. How are you accessing this at such a young age? How do you think, what's your edge there? Why do you do this?
Yeah, being young definitely has its pros and cons. And I'll start with the cons is a lot of people won't take you seriously. So you really need to have like strong referrals to get more clients, because like just like making your website and like running ads for yourself or just going door to door, you know, it's not going to be as effective, because people will say, oh, you're young, we can't trust you and stuff like that. But the other side is a lot of people will give you a shot if you don't like try to sell them on huge like packages and stuff like that. And if you're good, you can really improve fast, because young people, I think, get referred more because they say, oh, this young guy, he's doing good work, and then it's kind of snowballs. And especially if you're bringing real results, people will be happy to refer you to business owners. Have business owner friends and they have similar problems. So it's definitely, they share the problems and they share the solutions.
Interesting. So you gave pros and cons about being young, but how about looking at your career at this age? So much has happened in the world in the last 5 years. There's so many people shifting, whether it's remote work, country changes, moving out into the rural regions, going to cities to get opportunities. Everyone's doing something different. But what does the average 22-year-old, or what do you as a 22-year-old think about now in terms of your career, or how do you approach that? And I know you've been telling me it's a bit challenging, so I just want to talk through it with you. Like, what's on your mind about when it comes to your marketing career or career in general?
Well, I had this framework in my mind because I didn't go to university, and that's also like for a lot of people, like their parents put them like a lot of pressure to go to university. So my parents were really supportive, and I think that's a great bonus. But anyways, you need to like be serious. Like a lot of people need college, university if they want to like go through traditional careers. So I set this framework. I gave myself 4 years, and I said if in 4 years I don't like amount to anything, I'll scrap it, you know, or like take a step back and see what I can do. So it's been, I guess, 4 years now.
Oh, has it already?
Yeah, I mean.
So have you felt like you did make something of it then?
Yeah, I think I have.
Do your parents see it that way too?
Yeah, I mean, I moved out. I like live my own and with my brother, and I think living alone and like moving out. It's kind of recognition that you can do it. You see what I mean? And yeah, my parents also have been supportive. They think we are doing great. My brother's also into this. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of, for some people, they'll set really high standards and unrealistic results. So it can be a trap to say something like this and then like, oh, I didn't reach this huge goal. So you need to be realistic, but at the same time, like have balance and don't go too slow and like set a good pace, I guess.
So when you got into freelancing, did you have like a number in mind that you wanted to hit? Were you actively focused on a money goal? Like what kept you motivated every day?
It's not really the money. I really enjoyed helping clients. Like when someone refers me to someone that really has a problem I can like solve, that really fulfilled me. And the money is more like a benchmark, so I know how I'm improving, and it definitely shows. But yeah, for me it's more like how many clients can I help and how many clients can I have at the same time without burning out, without, at the same time, I don't want to spend the whole day working. I want to work as little as possible and to bring as much results as I can.
Of course.
So yeah, right now, I don't think I invest too many hours and I still get results for my clients. So that's like kind of telling me, okay, I'm in a good spot. I just need to scale this.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Don't tell me how much money you make, but do you make more than your average friend in your same age group, or are they making more than you?
Most of my friends are still in university, so they don't make anything.
So they can't really even compare.
Yeah, and I think like the entry jobs or like the summer jobs, it doesn't really compare. Yeah.
So you've already, at age 22, feel like you're moving slightly ahead in terms of income.
Definitely, yeah. And especially in Belgrade, I think it's hard to compare to US.
Yes,
and
it's
like,
very different.
Yeah.
I agree.
And even to like West Europe, but in Belgium, in the Balkans, I think,
Right.
I think I'm ahead, yeah.
Well, you were saying that thing about how the dream in Belgrade is to make $1,000 a month and do nothing.
Yeah.
Where does that come from in the culture? Why do people want to do nothing?
I think like the Balkan people enjoy like drinking coffee in the cafes and not having like responsibilities and have like a government job, like an office job, you know, they don't do anything. And there's a whole like TV series about that.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's
So even $1,000 a month to them, it's still quite substantial.
Well, it used to be. Now it's
changed.
it's changed a bit now, but it's still like you can't live alone. Maybe you can. Depends. Like in Belgrade city center, you can't. But like if you move a little bit further, like scale down, you can definitely make it. Yeah.
Guys, I hope you're enjoying this very authentic interview with Yoven Q. We're talking about being a young freelance marketer. Let's get into the skills a little bit. Like I was just having an interview with a New York City marketer. He was like, I do webinars, I make websites. What are you really great at? And what do clients rely on you for?
Well, I do advertising, so Google Ads and Meta Ads on Instagram and Facebook. And I do the content, so social media. And it depends for like, not every client can get like great social media results. It needs to be a match, you know, and I won't like tell clients, oh, it will be great if I know it's hard. But yeah, mostly social media and advertising at this point.
So you're really honest with your clients if it's like, ooh, I don't see how this brand pops right now.
Yeah, I tell them honestly, and if they still want to work, I'll tell them, okay, let's try a month, 2 months, 3 months, see how it's going, and I can tell them, like, I'll tell the results, I'll tell you if it makes sense, I'll ask them about their costs, if it's economical, and if it's working, we can continue, maybe we improve, and if it's not, it's okay, because we're upfront about it, you know.
Interesting. And you do quite a lot of work on TikTok as well.
Yeah, I mean, social media, it's hard for some clients, it's hard to do TikTok, especially in Serbia.
Yeah.
One of my best clients is the videos go to the US. So in the US market, it's a lot easier like to post on social media and to get the huge views and reach and stuff. But locally as well, you can, for some stuff, it works locally as well.
But let's just talk about TikTok, not about Serbia, but just how you see it in general. Because I'm not huge on TikTok, I don't use it daily, but I saw your profile and you were showing me multiple million view TikToks. So give me some insights that we can share to the audience. Like, is TikTok a great place to market right now, and which companies can do really well?
It's for TikTok and for Instagram Reels as well, but for TikTok especially, it's not really about like direct conversions. It's harder. It's more about the like publicity and the reach, the views, and like building that brand trust. So when people search you, they see you have a lot of views, and about the community. So if you can make people like see your videos and want to watch them every day, it's great because.
Okay, interesting. I just want to stop you there because that's not what I thought you were telling me earlier. Like what you just kind of said was like building a brand, getting views so that people see you as something. But then we were looking at that other account and you were just like, I'm going to repeat this process.
Oh, that's on Instagram. Yeah, I mean, on TikTok it's a similar strategy, but on Instagram it's pretty important. You test a lot of models for the videos, and when something goes viral, you try to repeat that, and it's not a problem because every time it's a different person seeing it. It's maybe like 5 to 10% of your followers seeing it again, and it's not going to be the exact video, it's going to be the same framework, so it's not a huge problem. And why that's important is testing videos organically lowers your cost for advertising, because you can choose, okay, we posted 30 videos this month, these 5 did great, we can use them for the ads, or maybe make a variation of that, what works for the ads. And we don't need to pay huge amounts of money to test the videos. We already
know. It's common practice now to just upload organic, use the data as signal for the next advertisement.
That's huge. I save my clients a lot of money doing that because we can test organically.
So it's like a bit of hard work up front because you got to post a lot more without really knowing what's working, but then you might hit and now you have an advertising strategy.
Yeah, it can be hard, especially in the beginning, because you need to test all these kind of videos, and some will not work, some will flop hard, and you need to move on and test anything else. And yeah, I mean, when you hit that winning format, you just repeat it and make slight variations, and you still want to test more because something might be working better, but you stick to the core principle that works, like the hook style, the angle of the video, the target audience. Even if it's like broader than your like customer audience, you can still use it because it goes viral, and then you reach more of your customer audience, even though like the whole video is going to reach other audiences as well.
All right, pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about when clients have no account yet and you're like, I want to get you started, or you don't work with flat out start?
I do, yeah. I just tell them up front, it's going to take some time to test the videos, because the posts, they don't matter, especially with small accounts or with 0 followers.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be down to the videos. And yeah, I'll just tell them up front, we are going to test a lot of stuff. It might take a lot of time. Maybe the first video goes viral, but I tell them up front, we won't know like for some time. You know, we need to test, and even if it works on the start, it will take a couple of weeks for it to go really viral and stuff. Yeah, but it can work for one of my biggest clients. We started from scratch, so yeah, from 0 followers. Yeah.
So you can work with clients from scratch. That's huge. Let me talk to you about a few of my clients, and we'll just kind of do an instant strategy thing here. Let me hear your thoughts. Okay, I've got a client who wants to be a construction company. They have 0 social media. Where do I start? They make houses, and they can document the houses they make. That's pretty much what they can do. What would you do in that situation?
For construction on social media, it can be tough if you're trying to find customers. So you need to test like videos going viral and not trying to reach the customer. You need to go broader.
Okay, so let me stop you right there. So are you right off the bat saying I shouldn't worry about getting sales in my region right now, but I should build the brand by doing viral construction related videos first?
Yeah, definitely.
And not even think about local yet.
Yeah. If you make a video, even if it's good, if you got a good hook and everything for like construction company like customer, it's not going to go viral because it's so narrow.
Right.
And if you start broad and maybe like talk about that anybody can relate, then you can reach more people, and in that group of more people, you will have your customer.
So are you saying that when you typically tackle social media, kind of your general strategy is to go broader and simplify and make it appeal to more people?
It's really hard to go narrow. Especially like for some like industries, like you can't even, like it doesn't make sense.
Okay, well what about like Rich+Niche freelance marketer? Is that narrow?
It depends. Like for Rich+Niche, like I already see a couple of audiences colliding. You see the remote work industry,
right.
the learning industry, the education industry, the travel industry. There's a lot of things, and you can combine it all.
Okay.
The travel industry is huge. So you can reach a lot of people.
So make a specific travel video, hit the travel audience.
Yeah.
Make a remote work, hit the remote work audience, but then bring them in to see Rich+Niche of yours.
Yeah, like in the end of the video, you put a call to action.
Right,
and it's not going to affect the retention because it's the end. And who is really interested, he's going to see it.
Right. And it's very likely that our avatar's in there, at least one of those groups, or maybe all of them, right?
Yeah, and it's really important in the videos. You really need to have a good angle. What's really working really well right now is going and filming the videos like from the first perspective. Like you're the user, you're the end customer.
Okay.
It's, for some people they'll object, like it's not moral, but it's social media, you know, it's not bad. You're kind of filming a review of yourself. Instead of saying, this is my book, you say,
so
I found this book.
as a customer almost to make content.
Yes, yeah.
I see why you say it's a bit unethical because you're not a real customer, but you help the customer see the product from their eyes.
Yeah, because people usually respond really a lot better to like real reviews where people say, this is my experience. Right. A lot better than, this is my company, we sell this.
Totally.
And,
so I think it's a question of ethics if they lie about it. Like, this helped me do all this, but maybe that's not true, right?
Yeah, I think you can still do this without like saying anything false.
Right.
You just you can be the customer of your own product or service. You know, it's, you can say like I read this book and I learned this and I applied it for this, and it's still like you can say it's like you did it. You don't need to say this is my book and it will teach you this. You know, it's about the perspective, and people really like there's a huge difference in how people respond.
Now, would you use one of those AI voiceovers instead of the real person's voice in that case?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of companies and like clients will have a problem with this, and they'll say, "Oh, nobody's going to trust the voice and everything." But actually, people are used to the voice.
They like those ones.
They like the voice.
There's a couple really popular ones.
Yeah, you'll always have, when your videos go viral, they will always have a couple of comments saying, "Oh, stop the voice" and everything. But everybody got used to the voice. They trust the voice. The AI voices are now the new normal.
Right.
And I tested this. The AI voices perform better. So.
Yeah, it's almost like you let your guard down a little bit. Whereas if someone's trying to tell you something, he's like, don't tell me anything. Like, I don't want to learn right now. But yeah, that's interesting. That's actually pretty tricky. I definitely think everyone should test that out.
You should test it, yeah. Make the same video and just do the voiceover differently.
So if you're on TikTok or Reels, and you say, just make the same video, can you just post the same thing the next day with a different voiceover? It's not a big deal? Or do you think you have to, spread that kind of stuff out?
Yeah, I would mostly test that kind of stuff in advertising, where it's because organically it's up to chance, It's not strict test.
Right, you don't know 100%.
Yeah,
you could have just caught the algorithm a little bit more or something.
Yes,
right?
And the posting times and everything.
Right, so it may not have been the voice ultimately.
Yes.
Because organic, you can't match the exact same.
With advertising, you can set the same parameters, the same budget, and it will be pretty clear. If you spend enough money, it will be 100% clear result. Yeah.
So what's your favorite platform to advertise on?
Definitely Facebook.
Facebook or Instagram?
The Facebook.
The Meta platform.
Yeah, the Meta platform, yeah.
Great user experience, I agree.
Yeah.
But be specific, what placements do you like to run? Do you use all placements? Are you a flexible ad user?
The Reels placements, definitely, because I really like the fact that not a lot of people are doing it. They don't test organically the videos. If you post enough content and you get the viral videos and use them for the ads, you save so much. Your CPMs are so much lower, your cost per click, your click rates are better, because you've proven people like it.
And so Meta will see the great engagement and just make your ads better.
So many benefits, yeah. And then you can...
Yeah, that's interesting, because I think I've tested Reels only before and not had that much results.
You need a great video.
Okay,
Reels are really expensive. If you have a normal video and not bad, decent video, it's going to be expensive, because everybody wants Reels videos. Everybody's filming short form.
So it's
really
competitive,
need to prove it, yeah.
But you need a good video to make it play. Okay.
Yeah. Even I will take 5 viral videos from a client and I'll put them all together to see what's the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Even among the best, you still need the best, so it's the most efficient, Because if you have a $25 CPM and 15, it's a huge difference. Yeah,
of course, right. Fantastic advice, guys. Let's talk a little bit about Rich+Niche while we wrap this up. I hope you guys are enjoying this casual interview out in beautiful Nevada, America, Vegas. About to hit up a poker tournament after this, guys, taking it down. You know what I'm saying? But Rich+Niche, we've been around 4 years. You've been with us almost from the beginning. What is Rich+Niche to you? How do you see it?
I see it as a community at first. I think that's the strongest point. You can meet people, you can learn a lot, and the second point is the skills. You need the skills, and so you can learn skills in various ways. And I think coming to a community, you streamline the process, and it's really valuable, because if you want to move quick, you don't want I want to learn advertising, and then it can take so much time if you do it on your own, if you try to run campaigns without someone showing you how to do it first. And in Rich+Niche, you just have the accountability, you have the community, you have the courses, of course, to learn the basics and improve. So for me it was about learning, and then reaching out to the community to get feedback, to talk with, because other people have the same questions and problems as you.
Right.
And so you'll save a lot more time. You'll save a lot of time by just jumping straight to the answers and seeing what other people are saying. Yeah.
When you think about freelance marketing, is there anything better than Rich+Niche out there? Is it something you'd recommend to people?
I don't think so. No, not
There's
really.
not much out there like it, is there?
No, I mean, there's always the way of just going to YouTube and trying it on your own, but it's going to be so much harder. You're going to waste so much time, and especially if you're the person to postpone stuff and procrastinate, it's going to be so much easier to be in a community and to have the accountability, because everyone is working towards the same goal, and everyone's sharing their wins and their like what they learned, new clients and stuff. So you get motivated as well.
Can you point to any one particular thing that I or the Academy helped you with a lot? Like, is there one skill that you remember that really helped
The full stack marketing course, it was more than just skills. I learned a lot of the skills and the strategies and everything, but it's more like a mindset shift, you know, just joining the community and learning this stuff. You hear from you and from other people, like the way they work, they're committed, and it's really, you need a couple of days, you know, when you join the community to grasp everything, but it really changes your mindset. You really, the lifestyle, it teaches you the possible lifestyle.
How old were you when you found Rich+Niche?
I think I was 18.
And at that time, like, were you making money at all with this stuff?
No. I mean, I made some money in dropshipping, but it wasn't sustainable.
Not sustainable.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I got lucky essentially. And yeah, I wanted to continue, and then I learned I need to know the skills. I need to know digital marketing. Yeah.
So dropshipping led you to find Rich+Niche, skill up a little bit, but then now you're taking on freelance marketing clients, providing them services, and you are making money now.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's pretty consistent, right?
Yeah, really consistent, and yeah, it's every time you help a client and you have good results, especially in advertising, they'll be happy to refer you,
right? Because
their colleagues have the same problems.
I always say that, like, if you're even moderately good, you can just live off referrals.
Yes, definitely.
Business owners are so well connected through their communities, their networks, their business groups, and they like when they find a winner and they want to give it to their friends.
They ask each other all the time, like, that's how I get referrals. Someone asks someone I know, do you know a guy for advertising, do you know a guy for social media, and they refer me. And that's the thing, they don't even ask any questions.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, no one does what we do. Like, it's like
people.
Everyone's on social media, but no one wants to say, hey, I'll do this for a service. And it's like, to me, the most obvious thing that you just make content for other companies.
Totally.
Because content never ends.
Yeah, and that's also good because a lot of people now are trying to do content, but they're not good. And like,
that's right.
It got so competitive recently.
Yes.
And like everybody's trying it, but that's even better because you can help your clients. They'll see they'll struggle, and then you can solve the problem. Like, you make a couple of reels and they do moderately good, they'll do a lot better than what they did, and they'll see the value, they'll see the engagement, the messages, everything. So it's really easy to pitch, okay, let's give it 2 more months and you'll see we can get a viral video, we can test these formats, we can try advertising, the good videos, lower your cost if you're already doing advertising. It's really a lot of benefits, yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years with all this?
I'm not sure. I mean, when I look back 5 years, I couldn't have imagined, you know, I would be working online and like this being my lifestyle, being able to travel, being able to work whenever I want, wherever I want, you know, future-proof, remote
it's
capable.
It's so crazy how many people we've given this freedom to.
Yeah.
It's like so special.
And we take it for granted. You need to
it's
reflect,
yeah, it's very easy to take it for granted sometimes.
Yeah. But in the future, yeah, I'll probably be doing the same. I don't really want to scale too much. I don't want too much responsibility. Like I said in the start, I really want to have the freedom.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'll need to scale a bit so I can travel more, you know.
But like 3 good clients would be all you need. It's just like, what if one leaves? That's all, right? How do I make sure that I can put one more?
And that you make sure because you make great results, especially in advertising.
Exactly.
Like for social media and content and stuff, if you do just that, sometimes the client can't see the value, the direct value, because it's not like that distribution is not clear. And in advertising, it's pretty clear, you know, it's all the tracking we can set up. Mm-hmm. So with advertising, if you're doing a great job, clients won't even think about, you know, changing stuff.
Totally. You are part of the money-making process.
Yes. Absolutely. And they'll just ask if they can scale the budgets. Or they'll ask to shut it off because...
Take the call.
Okay.
Take a quick break, guys. All right, we just reset the camera so we could keep this going. We were talking about advertising clients, managing budgets, and you were about to say how sometimes you have to turn it off because it's doing so well.
Yeah, it happened to me before. Clients will tell us, you need to turn the campaign off, we can't keep up. And yeah, it's always a good feeling.
That's
you know?
the craziest feeling.
Yeah.
That's hard to achieve.
It's best when they ask to scale the budgets, But yeah, turning it off, it's also a good feeling.
What's the most you've ever spent in a month for a company?
It was like a political campaign, so it was like 12,000 euros, something like that. Yeah, it's not common in the Balkans. Yeah, that's huge budgets. Yeah,
it's pretty substantial. A political campaign.
Yeah, you get all kind of referrals.
Can you say like more about who this client is or what?
I don't think so. No.
So it was for quite a large like race in Serbia, or what was it?
It was some kind of elections. I'll say that. Yeah.
Wow. And you got that through for referral.
Yes.
And so a political campaign for an election in Serbia wants a 22-year-old to help.
Yes.
Times are really changing.
Yes. They had like an old guy doing their marketing, and they weren't sure about him, so yeah, they asked for someone more new, I guess, more like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Yoven, we've been going for at least 25 minutes. I don't want to make this video too long, although I'm sure you guys are really enjoying it. Real quick, where can people follow you on social media?
I don't have really social media.
Classic marketer, I don't have social media.
I hate social media. I only do it for business, you know.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But what I wanted to say is, okay, if we're not going to follow you on social media, this is now your chance to ask me a question or two that maybe you're thinking about that you want to know the answer from me.
Let me think about that for a second.
Sure. And while he's thinking about that, make sure you guys like and subscribe this video. Check out my other interviews with other freelance marketers. And if you want to consider becoming a freelance marketer and you'd like me to train you up, go to Rich+Niche.com and you'll find out everything you need there.
So I guess I wanted to know always, what's your strategy for like cold advertising for Rich+Niche?
Well, we didn't do cold advertising for a long time. We were on YouTube organic. And I'm a bootstrap entrepreneur. No investment, just started from zero, worked my way up. So when you're starting, like you said, you want to do it easy. You don't have a big budget maybe. So we didn't do cold for a long time. But after I wrote the book, One Person Marketing Agency, I did crack a campaign that still runs today. And we sold over 3,000 books in the last 6 months. And we can pretty much make a profit by using very simple upsells. So my basic strategy is this. I want you to find out about this idea that you can be a one-man show. That's what I was. That's what worked for me. I was getting a nice, big, consistent income every month. And I was like, wow, this is magical. So I wrote this book called One Person Marketing Agency. And when people come to buy that book, they're excited. They're like, oh, maybe this is an idea for me. And so right after they purchase it, I let them buy my courses that skill you up for quite cheap. It's like a one-time offer. And through that combination, you can almost break even, if not profit on the ad.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we're working on right now, is to really get that funnel strong, raise the ads up. But that brought us to a new problem. It's like that book is pretty deep in the journey for the average freelancer. Like someone needs to do a basic website before they think about clients, right? Yeah. So, I need to think about how to go even broader now. And I think that's the next step. Do you have any thoughts about that? Like how could Rich+Niche reach a broader audience of people who are tired of the 9-to-5, interested in remote work, looking for a more dynamic lifestyle, a bit more freedom? How do we reach those people?
Well, we've been talking about it, yeah. Social media, the short form content, TikTok, Instagram Reels. Yeah, definitely. I think it's cost effective and it's short videos, and I think it's mostly about the story. You don't need some kind of special, videos. It's more about the story and what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. So you don't need to spend a lot of time filming, and you can test a lot of stuff and get a lot of organic reach, which you could use for the ads. And yeah, I think, that's the best way, I think, to reach a broader audience and then narrow down when they come to the website through retargeting and stuff. Yeah,
I think our audience is 70 to 80% male. We are about 25 to 35. What does that signal to you? TikTok, Instagram?
I think maybe you can spread out to the younger audience. Maybe through some special offer for the younger generation, some kind of incentive, I'm not sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Well, I think a lot of people in college and university, I think they're starting to think about the side hustles, the summer jobs and stuff like that. So a way that they can learn something new and make some money, even if it's small, so they can start the ball running. You know, I think something like that, a process they can follow for that. I think that would be really interesting for that audience.
I'll give that a thought.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up. Where would you like to be 12 months from now? What one goal would you like to hit this year?
Definitely travel more.
Travel more.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's about doing awesome shit so that you can talk about that and use that in your content. And you were saying how you take your products with you for your clients.
Yeah, I like some of my clients really, it's complimentary for me to travel and film the products while I'm traveling. So yeah, definitely look for more clients like that, so I can have an excuse to travel more.
Where do you think you'll travel to next year or in the next 12 months?
I want to go to Barcelona again. It's really fun. And a friend invited me to Japan. Never been. So yeah.
I've been to Japan. It's friggin' fantastic. It's a language barrier for sure, but
yeah.
it's definitely something to see. You're already from Europe. You'll always have a chance to probably access that, but you know, Asia's quite far, so I do recommend that. Really wonderful experience. Well guys, I think that's gonna do it for today's interview. We'll have to have Yoven Q back at another later date, maybe another country, another continent. I was saying to him earlier, when you meet up with someone, and this is our second meeting, we're not from the same country. We met once in Serbia, and now we're meeting here in USA, and neither of us are from USA, and I think it's really special when you can meet someone more than once in different continents. It's just such a rare thing. It's like you really solidify your friendship or bond around like travel and life experience, and so we've been really getting along and enjoying this connection, even though we only see each other once every few years so far. So really proud of this interview, really happy to have Yoven with me on this video, and glad that I could document this. Because you've been around for a long time. I don't think we ever did an interview, but you really you made a lot of progress in the last 12 months, didn't you?
Yeah, the last year it was crazy for
Like
me.
when I was in Serbia, you didn't have this clarity or this many clients.
No, yeah, actually the last couple of months alone have been from October, when the summer ended and stuff, people start working again. Yeah, it's been a busy end of the year.
Well, thanks for doing this interview. I know you were a bit nervous about it, but you did great. Thanks everybody for watching. If you want to get in touch with me, you know how to do it. See you in the next video.